Hey guys, you're catching us halfway through the show. Enjoy the intro. Hey, video listeners or watchers or whatever, welcome to the show. Audio listeners, they've been here for at least, 10 minutes? It hasn't been super long, 10 minutes. So for all you video watchers that don't really listen to the show and just watch the stupid video, I don't know why. We're both not attractive men. I don't get why you would ever watch us, but thanks for watching. With that being said, you should watch last week's episode because I put a lot of fucking effort into it. So if you're a video person and you haven't watched last week, watch it. And also, if you want to hear about wrestling in the Royal Rumble, you might want to tune into the audio version because that's what we just spoke about. But for the other people, welcome to the fucking show. I'm Jason. I'm a goddamn idiot.
You video people that aren't picking up on what he's throwing down is he didn't hit record on the video part for the first 10 minutes.
Sure didn't. Didn't.
So what you got is us going this.
Yeah, it's a shame. All right, so
we're not going to rehash it.
No, we're not going to rehash it. We're going to move on. Now, Chris was talking about past episodes. Do you have anything else you want to add on past episodes of?
No, we were talking about the Deadpool episode, the wrestling episode, and hey, how about a big giant up your ass to Reggie, who was supposed to be here today?
Hey, man, I've learned something new today, and I asked my wife. This is what I do when a black person does something, and I don't know I know a lot more white people than black people, so I start wondering, is this a black thing?
Being late.
Well, no, not that. We know that's a black thing. That's not a big deal. I'm past that. But no, I texted Reggie last night. I gave him my address. I said noon. All right. Today I get a text. I'm in the shower. I get a text. He's like, I'll be there around 2:30. And I just wrote him back, huh? I said noon. And then he calls me. And he's like, you didn't say if it was like late noon or early noon or mid noon. What the fuck are you talking about?
So for Reggie, noon is an actual time.
That's my
chronological time.
That was my exact words to him. I was like, noon's a time, dude. That means noon. 12 p.m. That's noon. Everybody knows that's noon. And he's like, well, and then this motherfucker's like, all right, I'll come right over. He's like, I'm bringing my kids. Don't worry. They like dogs. What? Doesn't he have like 3 kids?
Yeah.
What's he going to do with them? He just expects me to throw them in my house and let them play with my dogs for an hour and let my wife drove fucking nuts? What is this? We're not a daycare, dude.
Reggie, there's a real good chance he won't be invited.
But my kid, no, he's coming back next week.
Fuck no.
I like Reggie.
He ain't going to be here. I love Reggie, but he ain't going to be here.
He might not be. Yeah, Reggie, fucking... And I asked my wife, I was like, what's noon mean? She's like, it means 12 p.m. Why? I was like, all right, just making sure blacks don't have some other, definition of noon, and that can be any time in the fucking from.
I'm gonna try
from
that.
10 a.m. to fucking 4 p.m. apparently, because hey,
I'm gonna try that with my kid's school. What time does school start? Starts at 8:50. All right, he'll be there about 11.
Be here at noon. You show up at 10:30 a.m. What?
Well, you didn't say what noon.
I thought it was early noon. What the fuck does that mean?
Eat my ass, Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie, you fucking son of a bitch.
Just remember, noon is a time. If he says the words afternoon, then that's a pretty broad range. But if he says noon, 12 o'clock.
Now, there's this lady out there named Shauna Ray. Do you know anything about her?
No.
All right.
Is that her on the left?
Let's hear on both. And
is she a midget?
No. Shauna Ray has a disorder, and this sucks. It does suck. She's a 23-year-old, 22-year-old woman who has the body of an 8-year-old. All right? And she's never not going to have that body. That is what she's going to have a child's body her whole life. Not midget, not dwarf, just a child's body.
Oh, just a body. Just a child's body.
Child's body. You can see, I'll put the pictures up if you guys. She has a show on fucking TLC, I believe.
So she's going to be rich.
So you can watch it. She has a show on TLC. My issue is not with her, obviously. She has a disorder. It sucks. You know, I'm sure she's not happy about it. And she deserves love. I mean, we agree. Everybody deserves love.
Boyfriend looks like a beefcake?
Yes. My question is, do you find issue with a male, a grown adult man, that is sexually attracted to the body of an 8-year-old female? Now, granted, technically not 8 years old, but has 8-year-old features. All right?
I find it a little disturbing.
Like,
to be
if you look at this picture where she's standing on this, what are those things called? Those stupid things you'll stand on in ponds and shit.
Lily pads?
No, those are not lily pads. You can't stand on a goddamn
like
lily
a kayak
pad.
or a canoe?
A lily pad, dude. Who's standing? They're not frogs.
Frogs stand on those.
Yeah, they do.
So stand on a kayak or something. I see her holding
She's
a
not,
paddle.
Yeah, like a waterboard. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, those, it's like a surfboard with paddle. Okay.
All right, either way. She's on one of these stupid things with her boyfriend who, like Chris said, he's kind of a hunk, it looks like.
He is a hunk.
But she looks like a child.
Oh, no doubt.
Like,
and even on the picture on the left, her face looks like a child.
Yeah, she's never not going to look like a child. She's just, sorry, but that's it. I have a hard time accepting the fact that someone's sexually into that and not thinking a little bit weird of them.
I agree.
But with that being said, I do want this woman to be happy. You know, it's not her fucking fault.
Yeah, but here's the question.
That creeps me out.
You look at this guy, first of all, he's all ripped and shredded. He's got himself a nice little six-pack there. Mm-hmm. Is he doing it just to get famous? Be on the show?
And I don't know. I don't know her full history, and maybe I should have looked at in more to that. I didn't even think about putting this on
What's
the show.
that child smoking for?
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine being at just out and about and you give the kid a kiss on the lips, maybe a little passionate kiss? You know, that happens every so often, and someone calling the fucking cops.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, or just coming over and clocking you in the head.
He's definitely a spinner.
I don't know, man. It just kind of...
it is creepy. I could never do it.
It just seems
I don't
also
care
like...
if you were 40. If you physically looked like a child, it's not going to do it.
And I'd also
for me.
have a problem with if I was her, I'd be so suspicious that I'm dating a diddler. You know what I mean? I'm dating someone that's into that. Like, I don't know. It just seems so weird to me.
There's no way. I mean, because I'm not making fun of midgets or little people, but it looks funny. You know what I mean? It's one of those, it's like, Rocky Dennis from Mask. Hey, nice guy, great kid, blah, blah, blah. But he's got a face this fucking big. You're going to stare at it. It's going to look unusual physically. And you look at that and you say, well, this girl kind of looks like a midget. She's got the flippers going and stuff.
The flippers.
But you see this guy who obviously spends 1 million hours in the fucking gym. I think he's just trying to get famous being on that show. And then when they break up, hey, maybe we got something for this guy in another show. You know what I mean?
It's weird. I don't know if it says she survived a rare form of brain cancer as a child and now navigates life as a young adult and a body the size of an 8-year-old. Can brain cancer...
I think brain stuff can do anything.
Can completely stunt your growth and you just never go on from 8. You get it at 8 years old and you stay 8-year-old. Like,
not a doctor, but I think a brain can do anything.
Like brain cancer can turn you into Peter Pan.
Well, there was that fucking whack job surgeon in fucking
3 foot 11 inches.
Wow. Head with no ladder. There was a surgeon in fucking France or something that was for $1,500. He would go up through your nose and he would cut a little tiny piece of your brain and you'd never feel sadness again. Yeah,
we've talked about that, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. The brain can do fucking anything, I think. And your brain sends messages to your body to do this. Breathe, fucking eat, whatever.
Isn't the question always, if you can't feel sadness, can you really feel happiness?
Well, according to this guy, you could.
That's so deep, man. I was
It's deep. But yeah, this guy, I think, has diddling tendencies. And I think when they break up...
Well, this guy, like you said, he started dating her after she was famous. So this guy might just have reality TV show fantasies.
But he's still dicking it.
Yeah, you're right.
He's still having sex with it.
I want to meet
her. I'm sorry, not it. I meant her.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with her. I want to meet the person that was dating her before she became famous. I don't know when she got the show.
But what are the options? The options are to date a good-looking guy like this.
Yeah.
Or to date someone with a similar condition so nobody thinks he's a creep.
Good luck finding them.
I know.
There's probably like 4 of these people. You literally
date one of those midgets from the TV show, Little People.
Even her, she don't want to date a midget.
Well, she is a midget.
No, she's not.
No, but she's this tall.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Look at your options, hon.
I know, but she's not midget shaped. She's just 8-year-old girl shaped.
And that's even creepier.
Yes.
At least if this hunk is dating a midget, people say, oh, that's a midget.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right now they're saying he's dating a child.
That's a tough life, man.
Yeah, you're a creepy fuck.
I'm rooting for her, but I'm very hesitant to think anything special about these dudes that are dating her. I think
the
guy that's with her now, you're like, sure, dude, you're dating her because you want to be on TV.
Yeah,
the guy probably doesn't put a shirt on ever. That's why his abs look like that.
Stuff like that. He's ripped and shredded. But that guy's trying to get famous.
Yeah, I got a feeling too. I want to meet the person she dated when she was 19 before the TVs knew who she was. It was that guy. I just got a feeling the people before were real creeps, and I think the real creeps are going to be reaching out to her hugely.
Well, I mean, let's say this guy gets a little famous, knowing as the guy who dates her. Mm-hmm. Whatever. They break up in a year, 6 months, whatever. I'm telling you, sexually, he's going to be looking at other little tiny people.
You think he's going to get into that?
I think he could be a diddler. Because anyone who's not a diddler like us, we can't look at her
like us.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying,
diddled no one.
We're regular people,
myself.
And the thought of diddling is fucking so creepy. It's like the ultimate taboo. But the whole point is, I could never look at that girl ever.
I couldn't find her sexually attractive.
No.
Like, it just wouldn't do it for me.
No, me either.
Sorry. I mean, I feel the same way about a lot of those gymnasts. Those little gymnasts are like 24, but they still look like little
that's
girls.
Where you and I differ. But
all right.
The gymnasts have female. They're short, but their face looks like an adult.
Okay, some of them.
You know what I'm saying? She looks like a child.
She looks
from
like
the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Sorry. And he's long dicking her. Yeah, there's something wrong with that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're on the kind of a angry subject, let's go straight to asshole because I've got one.
Okay. Asshole's gonna get us into some stuff though.
Yeah.
Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week.
My asshole of the week, who was almost replaced by Reggie when I got here. I'm going to preface my asshole.
Reggie,
okay?
Dick.
I'm going to preface this by saying probably not what they meant. Okay? But it doesn't mean she didn't say it. Okay? There's no way what came out of her mouth is something that she truly believes or anything. But I think when you're famous and you've got a platform like that, you got to choose your words carefully.
All right.
Because this did come out of her fucking mouth.
All right. Who is she?
Whoopi Goldberg is my asshole of the week.
The lady that comes in and does our news?
No, Goldberg.
Oh, Goldberg.
Yeah, Ted Danson's ex.
She has Whoopi Gilbert.
Okay, so she's on The View or whatever fucking show she is. Now, like I said, I preface this very clearly. As soon as she said it, she went, uh-oh, and then she said, that's not what I mean, blah, blah, blah. But the point is that she did say it. Okay, this young guy, Tyree Nichols,
yeah,
who was killed by the Memphis cops.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
that wasn't nice.
America can't look at this as a racial issue because every officer involved was black. Okay, so this was just a police issue.
I could argue it.
Okay,
but go on. I'm not going to.
It's
a deep conversation.
It's a cop issue.
Yeah,
okay, the power issue.
It's a power issue for sure.
But Whoopi Goldberg says. And like I said, she corrected herself right after, but she still said it. She said, I think we need to see white people beaten before change will really happen.
You know what, though?
And then she said, well, hold on a second. Don't be sending me letters calling me a racist because I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
But she did say on The View, we need to see white people beaten before we can see change.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that's correct? Because I actually agree with her.
But not in light
I ain't saying
of,
it's the greatest thing to say,
not connected to this story.
No, not connected to the story. And
now, if these were white cops that killed this kid, I could see that side of the argument.
I understand what you're saying. I think she just means police brutality in general.
But what I'm saying is, but this wasn't racial, in my opinion.
No, I'm just saying police brutality.
This was power, okay? But the whole point is to basically say we need to see white people beaten to see change. Well, white people do get beaten by cops too. It just doesn't make world news.
It doesn't draw the headlines. But,
right, but they do.
They do.
There's more. I mean, I'm not getting on the racial thing, but according to statistics, more white men are killed by cops than black men, and that's because of the per capita. I get it. The population.
That's just based on population.
But what I'm saying is, it does truly happen. It just doesn't make the news. It's not as interesting.
The problem is, I mean, you take the racial issue out of it, and just if you looked at it, as she was saying, it just as police brutality in general. I do agree with her that the white, like you said, it happens, but it doesn't get the same media coverage, so it doesn't rile up the people the exact same way. And that's what you would need in order to get real change done, is people to come up and fucking fight this. And you don't get that for whatever reason. I guess it just doesn't move the needle enough unless they would.
Right, and I agree with that 100%.
In the end, that's all the media wants. They want to make money.
They want ratings.
They want ratings. They want money. So if it moves the needle more to show black people getting beaten by cops than white people getting beaten by cops, and I do think, I mean, I know the numbers, like especially killings, maybe a little bit higher, but I think the beatings and shit like that and just a general mistreatment, I think, does happen to black people a lot more than white people. I would
probably agree with that.
I mean, you talk to a lot.
But I'm talking about the shootings and the killings.
Yeah.
Statistically, more white people are killed by cops. Yeah. But that's only because there's a lot more white people.
I just think if you walked up to 50 random white people right now and asked them if they've ever been harassed by cops, and then 50 black people and asked them if they've ever harassed by cops, I think the black people number is going to be a lot higher.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot fucking higher. But I don't think she's wrong. It's just a stupid way to put it. And this particular issue, since it's the wrong time to make that argument when all the people involved were black, maybe she should have prefaced that by, in order to stop police brutality, we need something like that. And it would have made her come off a little bit more intelligent. But Whoopi's never been known to be super intelligent. No. She just spouts off with her mouth.
Foot in her mouth.
And, I'm not a Whoopi Goldberg fan.
But all I'm saying is, in the light of this particular instance, which they were talking about, the officers happen to be black. Now, see,
fucked up, man.
What it is fucked up.
I didn't even watch that video. I couldn't.
I watched it because
I'm usually into that kind of shit because I'm a weirdo. But
it wasn't like the George Floyd where you were seeing his face. I mean, it was dark and there was a whole lot of commotion. You saw the punches being thrown and all that, and that was fucking horrible because this kid's basically going, "I didn't do anything."
And he's crying for his mom.
Yeah, and George Floyd did that.
Yeah, that shit gets me, dude. Like that's fucked up. And he's a kid. George Floyd was a fully grown adult crackhead. Yeah. That's one thing. Yeah. I'm not saying anything that happened.
I don't even think it's ever come out why this kid was pulled over. They say he ran from them. That they tried to pull him over and he stepped on the gas.
No, did they say that? I know he definitely did run from them once he got pulled over.
Well, yeah.
But it was because they tased him. No, they tried to tase him on the ground when he wasn't resisting arrest or anything. Yeah. He's just saying, well, I didn't do anything. And then one of the officers tried to tase him. And as soon as they did that, he got up and took the fuck off because he thought he's probably about to get his shit kicked in.
Yeah.
Maybe I have half a chance if I can get away from him.
And this kid looked to me like he weighed about 140 pounds. He was a thin kid. They fucking hosed him down with mace. Fucked up. Yeah, this is the definition of police brutality. I'm just saying, when something like this happens, you talk about how fucked up it is and say, this sucks. We got to end this shit. But don't automatically turn everything racial, because this wasn't racial.
This one wasn't racial, and that's the problem, though, is when you try to turn everything racial, when something racial actually happens, you're not going to get as much credence, credit for your argument, because you always go to that argument.
Right. Well,
so we can't trust it anymore.
Do you think that like Black Lives Matter and all that are going to be asking for the heads of these cops?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they have a choice. I mean,
But if they had a choice.
Yeah, I think still. I don't think the black community really cares much for black guys that become cops.
No, I don't either.
You know what I mean? I think that's a different category. Yeah. And especially in inner city community. It's a different thing. So I don't think they're going to the, they're not going out of their way. Now, if it was a black cop that was killed by other white cops or something like that, then obviously they're going to fight for that guy. But when the cops were obviously in the fucking wrong here, there's no argument to be made. None of them. It cracked me up when they said they pleaded not guilty.
Well, the one of them, after they got done beating this kid's ass,
and
then the sergeant or whoever showed up on scene and he was telling the story, you could hear one of the cops in the background go, "That was fun."
Yes, dude, they're sickos.
Killing a human being is fun? I mean, how do you even think that you and 5 giant fucking muscular guys beating up a 140-pound kid, how is that fun? Well, what's wrong with people's mentality when anyone can say that was fun?
Yeah. Well, they didn't think he was dead at that point, and that's what makes it even more sad is knowing that they probably do this on a semi-regular basis.
Well, 2 other kids just came forward, grown-ups. They were like early 20s.
Yeah, I've heard.
And saying that one of the cops pulled them over and stuck a gun in their face and said, "I'm going to blow your heads off."
No, this is basically the same story that went down in Baltimore that they made that movie or that series about on HBO, We Own the City. I read the book too. It was kind of the same situation where it was a special unit used to break up crime, and these guys were pretty much given
Denzel Washington training day
or that. Yeah, these people were given carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want, and so they fuck people up, and then the city covers up for them.
I think every city's got that.
I think a lot of them do, and I always like this one was called Scorpion.
But I mean, I think the ones in most cities are like, you go after the scummiest of the scummy and the worst of the worst. Okay, not a.
But the people that are willing to go into that unit aren't good people, so they're going to end up doing fucked up things and not just going after the scummiest of the scummiest. Then they're just going to they're going to do what they did in Memphis, where they just pulled over a guy that I don't know what was going on previous, but he definitely didn't deserve to die.
No,
we can all agree on that. Whatever happened before or after,
beating. I mean, you know what? If he did something illegal, which I haven't heard of anything,
I haven't heard one thing.
But if he
reckless driving is what they got him on.
It would have taken any one of those monsters to handcuff him, throw him in the back of the car, and put him in jail.
And I believe they have dash cam video of previous of before they pulled him over, and I believe there's quite a few people that said they didn't really have a reason to pull him over to begin with.
Yeah,
that they were just fucking with someone. Some people are making the assumption that maybe this guy knew one of these officers in a personal life. Maybe fucked his daughter, maybe something like that, and maybe that because it seems so personal to beat someone that bad for nothing.
Well, the worst, I mean, if it does come out later in the investigation that was the case, they're going to change that from manslaughter to capital fucking murder.
Exactly. I mean? They better hope it doesn't. Something like that didn't happen. It did just happen to be
because
some random.
Because now you have motive, motherfucker.
You're exactly
you know
right.
what I mean?
Now they're getting on second-degree murder, I believe, is what they're getting charged with.
You know what?
That seems right to me.
It seems right to me, too. But if you look at the fucking tape and you see this kid, looks like first-degree murder to me.
Well, first-degree murder means you have to plan it. Yeah. So
and they didn't plan it. But the whole point is, when they're talking and the one cop that was trying to explain what happened says, oh, man, he did this and he did that. And I was like, he didn't do anything. I mean, he might have done something before that wasn't on the tape. He might have done something during it that they edited the tape. I don't know. But all I know is the kid weighed about 140 pounds, and he looked like just a normal fucking kid to me.
And you know what?
He didn't look like a gangbanger or anything. You know what I mean? Just looked like a normal little kid to me.
I am a proud union fella, and I would like to speak for all unions right now and say the police union isn't one of us. We don't agree with them.
We're auto workers, pal. We're auto workers.
The police union is the fucking worst because there's going to be union people right now arguing that these guys were in the right. And that makes me sick to my stomach. Like, it really does. It's fucking sick. And that's the good thing about, like, the captains and, the chief of police have already came out and said, that's fucked up. They should, blah, blah, blah.
They're not in the union.
But the union won't do that. The union's going to come out and go, they followed these rules. They did exactly as you taught them, shit like that. And
that's the union job to get them,
It is, but as a union steward, I'm defending someone that maybe made a mistake on a table, or spoke bad to a customer. I'm not defending murder. I think as a union steward, I would never care about being a union steward enough where I'm going to defend murderers.
Yeah.
I understand lawyers. That's a whole different thing. They're getting paid massive money a lot of times.
Yeah.
Union stewards ain't making that big of money.
According to our laws in this country, they have a right to have somebody that makes that argument for them.
And that's fine. They can do all that. But it pisses me off. I know if I was in that union, I would be barking at that union to not fucking defend this guy. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we got to admit every once in a while we're wrong. And I know we do that internally in our union. Every so often we'll go to management and go, all right, man, you were right about this. We need to do it this way, blah, blah, blah. Like, sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that in cases like this?
I guess the whole point of me making her my asshole is, you see in this country all the time where the racial tension strides, they kind of ease up certain times and, okay, we're working on this and we're trying to make this better. What I'm saying is it doesn't help anything except to fuel the fire again.
Well, that's why
when you make everything racial.
Yeah, and that's
why she's an asshole.
And that's why although I agree with what she says, I also agree that she's an asshole for bringing it up at this time.
Right.
All right. If this was a racial issue completely, I get it.
Yeah.
Point that out. It's a good point. But this wasn't. So at this point, you're trying to turn something into a racial issue. It's not.
That's why she's my asshole.
Which fuels the flames, and the real racists out there. That's what really triggers them. It makes them feel right about their decisions to being racist because you're pointing it out even when it's not there. So now they take all their arguments that they always have, where they're usually wrong, and they feel like they make sense, and they justify it to themselves.
Right.
You're not doing good for the issue.
When you're talking about this issue, you need to be talking about police brutality.
Yes.
Anyone's race, without talking about the people involved, is totally fucking off-putting in this.
Yeah.
Because,
this particular case,
okay, we had all this fucking demonstrations and all this with the George Floyd stuff. Things calming down a little bit. There's actually stuff going through the government trying to change laws and trying to change things. Don't fuel it when it doesn't. This doesn't provide anything in the cause.
It's just stoking the flames, and that's no worse than your Tucker Carlson's out there doing the exact opposite on different things. Like it's just not.
Agreed.
You're not helping anything. All right, my asshole of the week is a few assholes, and it's the fucking ref staff for the Cincinnati Bengals Kansas City game. I'm not that guy. I don't blame the refs. I don't blame the refs in this game. But I can say they fucking sucked. Yeah. And they didn't help at all. All right, the Bengals still should have won that game. They shouldn't have, they should have a punter that can get a little bit of air under the ball. Joe Burrow shouldn't be going long on 2nd and 3 and 3rd and 3 when you need to just get to the 40-yard line to get a field goal. And frankly, if we got that long ball, at that point, we give Mahomes time. You want to try to drag this down as much as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you want to eat clock.
You're looking for 7 yards out of bounds kind of plays. Either way, there was many things that led to the Bengals losing that game. It was fucking heartbreaking. But the refs were the worst I've seen all year, and I don't know if that's just because I'm such a homebody Cincinnati guy, but it just
the
wasn't.
Referee, the head guy.
I've never seen them do 2 third downs. Never seen it. They played out the whole fucking down. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That don't make fucking sense. Man, and the reason it was stopped is because the ref wasn't in position.
That same guy did the Super Bowl last year.
And did you know these refs aren't even full-time employees? How is the NFL a multi-billion-dollar company?
Oh, no, they only work through the season. Then they have their regular gigs that they do.
Let's give these guys $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year, good living, and they do it all year long. And when they're not reffing, maybe they're taking classes over the summer. You have a whole curriculum, or you look at every
that's what baseball umpires do.
You look at every play that you called all year, and you're explained by the head ref what was wrong, what was good, what was graded. Go through the whole year. Make this a job that people seek out and take serious and that are good at, because the NFL referees fucking suck. I mean, it's embarrassing that for something that's that big of a corporation and they can't put a little money into getting their referees better. That's insane to me.
Yeah, these guys have their own gigs and then they referee football. Yeah,
I mean, when that sets it up for more. And I'm not saying this happened. I'm not one of those guys either. Like the refs were paid. I don't think that's it. I think they just suck. I don't think there's a conspiracy. I think they just suck.
And the thing about it is they don't all suck. It's like it seems to me like we have.
You're right. There's plenty that.
But the whole point is, like I said, it started like. That referee in this game was the one in the Super Bowl last year that made some calls that were questionable last year.
Yeah.
So you're going to put him with the same team in the AFC Championship game? You got a lot of refs. There's a fucking ton of them out there. Mm-hmm. How about rotating it? How about putting a different one in?
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
There was controversy last year.
Are they union?
I believe they are,
so
but
it might be done seniority based.
But they're rated every year.
Yeah.
They're judged and scored every year, and like the top ones get the top games.
Well, it don't seem that way.
No.
Yeah, because that Kansas City game that was awfully.
I don't blame them either. I don't say we lost because of them, but they sure missed a lot of calls.
They didn't help.
And like Joe Harrington said,
they're still assholes.
We did not get one 50-50 call. They all went Kansas City ways.
Yeah.
And I think they sucked. I think our game plan was a little worse in the first half. I think that's why we lost.
We didn't get a yard in the first half or in the first quarter.
He got sacked 4 times in the first quarter.
Well, the problem is we got our hopes up. We went to Buffalo. We blew their line out of the water, but it was snowy. They couldn't get traction. You got to be able to fire off the line. They couldn't.
Yeah.
So basically, the linemen both met each other and kind of just leaned against each other because neither of them could get traction. Therefore, You're not going anywhere. This time we played a decent defensive line. Chris Jones is one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league right now, because, Aaron Donald's kind of on his downfall, it seems like. And we had one offensive lineman, our center. That's it. The guard was a rookie, and he's played there all year. That's fine, but he's still a rookie. And he's playing, at this point, too, a rookie is playing more games than they've ever played in a row.
And we had Karras, our one lineman, Karras, who hurt his knee last week.
Yeah, our center, our one lineman was hurt.
Yeah,
this wasn't a healthy guy, but that's fine. At this point in the season, I don't think there's many healthy people. But you can't expect to stop that defensive line with 4 backups.
Right.
Or 3 backups
but my whole
and a rookie
question
and
is,
a starter.
It's like I've always said, Anarumo is the best.
Coach Lou.
Yeah, at making second half adjustments
He's the
and
man.
blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's my problem with it. We knew going into the game that we had no offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
We knew Chris Jones was on the other side.
Yeah.
But we still stuck with our fucking normal, here's how we start the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
We got no yards. Burrow got sacked all fucking day. Why do we have to wait until the second half to make these adjustments? Why can't we make them, okay, guys, we knew this was going to happen. Let's go to plan B here, where Joe gets rid of the ball faster. We make different play calls. We wait till the fucking second half.
The first 15 plays are called before the game. And they're called and they're practiced all week. And usually, typically, that's offenses do well in those plays because they've drilled those same plays all week.
Well, we didn't.
And practiced. We didn't drill them. No. And you're right. Like, why can't, when you see your first 4 of the 15 that are scripted don't work out, why don't we make a little adjustments? I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe they do. I don't fucking know. And they made
But the
bad
whole
adjustments.
point is, why don't you have it on your clipboard? Okay, if these don't work, let's immediately go to these.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Well,
they
nothing
ran
worked.
the same fucking. That's what I'm saying. In the second half, they came out. Joe got rid of the ball quick. We were moving the ball down the field. Okay, that was the adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
The defense played a lot better and did this. Why do we have to wait so fucking long? Well, the last 2 times we played them, in the playoffs, we had a 23-point deficit at halftime.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do we wait so long?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get what was going on in that game. I got to give credit to Kansas City's defense. They played really well. Our defense didn't play bad. I mean, they only give up 23 points to Patrick Mahomes and the highest scoring offense in the league. We didn't play bad on defense. I have no issue there. I wish the Bengals could get after the quarterback a little bit more. I think that's going to be the big difference in the Philly game when KC plays Philly this week or next week. And the Super Bowl is Philly gets after the quarterback like no other.
Yeah.
And I think when Mahomes already a little hobble, he's going to have a tough time. I think the Eagles win pretty. I think they win by 10 points. I think it's not even that close of a game next week.
Well, the Eagles just have so many.
Yeah, and
weapons.
I think Mahomes is not 100% healthy, but if you give the guy time, he's the best quarterback in the league.
No doubt.
If you give the guy time, and not only is he the best quarterback in the league, he has maybe the best offensive mind in the league on the field or on the sideline. Andy Reid putting together these game plans, and he knew all week what he had to plan for. He knew he didn't have a mobile Mahomes, so we got to do this, we got to do that, and he planned. He made a great
That's
plan.
the whole point. Why didn't Zach Taylor do the same kind of plan?
I
All
don't.
right, we got to have Chris Jones coming after fucking Cartman all day.
Yeah.
All right. We've got to stop this right now. He's going to get to Joe fast. We need to set up their first 15 plays that are going to go the
Actually,
other
Jackson
side.
Carman he didn't have a bad game.
No, but what I'm saying
was,
he's not a fucking starter yet.
No, but he's a tackle. Chris Jones was mostly going in the inside. Either way, the offensive line got ate up, and that's what killed us in the Super Bowl last year, and that's what killed us again this year. We thought we had it fixed, and frankly, I think we did, but then injuries got us.
But that's
the thing. Every year, that's what happens. There's 3 or 4 teams every year that can win the Super Bowl. It's just a matter of who gets there healthy.
Right.
In the
That's
end.
it.
And that's a lot of times what it is. Buffalo wasn't the most healthy this year, and that's why they struggled a little bit. Cincinnati's line got blew up, and that's a big reason why we lost, obviously.
Well, when Buffalo lost Von Miller, I mean, you're in trouble.
And if Kansas City loses a Super Bowl, it's going to have a lot to do with Mahomes' ankle.
But he's got 2 more full weeks. I mean, look how much better he got from the injury to 1 week when he played us.
You're right, and that maybe that won't play as much. And Kansas City does have a hell of an offensive line, so that's going to help. That should be a good game. But the Bengals, we'll be back. I ain't worried about it. I really do think that they're gonna get to the Super Bowl at least 3 times in Burrow's career, and hopefully pull off one of them. If he gives me one championship, I'm cool.
But I honestly think that you're kind of without Mahomes. You're in trouble when your number 1 receiver is a tight end.
Yeah.
And then your number 2 is Juju.
Yeah.
You're in trouble.
They lost Juju in the second.
Yeah, but look at Valdez-Scantling. He stepped up and made fucking ridiculous plays.
He killed it.
He didn't make one of those catches in Green Bay.
He killed it.
Not one.
But you could go right back to injuries. If we had Cheney, would he have done that? Awuzie covering him, if he was the number 1 and flanked him the whole time, would he have got 107 yards? Probably not.
But you know what I did get out of this game the most?
Again, injuries.
I am now, in the jersey I will buy next year is a Taylor Britt jersey. Because I'm really high on this kid.
I like that kid too. He hits like a motherfucker.
And his coverage is great.
I like his haircut. He looks like he's from the past.
Awuzie, Taylor Britt,
yeah,
Eli Apple watching. I'm good with that.
Taylor Britt looks like a soul singer in 1968 too.
He does, but you know what? When you see him play, you could tell by looking at the kid, the only thing on his mind is winning that fucking game.
Winning that game, hitting as hard as fuck. Yeah, I'm a Taylor Britt fan too.
Huge.
And that's why I'm looking forward to next year, and we'll get right into next year with the Bengals on this. If I'm the GM, Joe Mixon isn't on my team next year.
Me too. I'm right there with you.
I don't dislike him.
But P. Ryan's not the starter either. You got to go out and get somebody else.
Well, P. Ryan's a free agent, so you might have to overpay for him. Another team might see him as a starter and pay a decent amount of money. I disagree on P. Ryan not being a starter, though. I think P. Ryan can be a starter, but he's going to be a starter in a group. It's not going to be like Mixon's being used, where he's the 3-down back, and every so often we'll put P. Ryan in.
But see, there's going to be some good running backs looking for homes next year. I guarantee you Kareem Hunt will be looking again.
I wouldn't pay money for a running back. I think
no, but what I'm saying is these are guys that aren't going to cost you ridiculous amounts of money.
But I wouldn't even pay
fucking Devin Singletary.
Money.
He's going to be looking.
I'm not a Singletary fan.
But that whole fucking Buffalo offense is looking at James Cook as being the future of that backfield.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's me a few guys. To me, I'm looking in the draft. I'm looking at a 3rd, 4th rounder, somewhere around there. Running backs don't get taken early anymore. Outside of maybe 1 or 2 of them might get taken in the first.
Football is all passing.
But I mean, you look at Pacheco. He's a 7th round pick, and the guy runs like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I think you can get cheap running backs, and we're not a running team. You might as well go full all in and take the money that you're paying someone like Mixon and use it to keep Burrow, use it to keep Chase. God damn, it would be awesome if we could keep Higgins too.
I don't think that's
Boyd's
possible.
gone after next year. Yeah. So that's you can pretty much write that one off. You could save money by cutting Boyd right now, but I wouldn't. I think getting another year. I think next year is our window. Our biggest window is next year.
Yeah.
For the most part, we're going to lose Bates. This is going to be He's going to be our only big loss.
Well, that's why they got Dax.
Yeah,
but I mean that's the reason.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Bates was gone.
I think Bates is better than Dax Hill.
Oh, without a doubt, he's better. But they knew they couldn't keep him.
Yeah, it's sad to lose him, but you got to do what you got to do. I got a feeling Jermaine Pratt also won't be back. He wants to be a 3-down back. Cincinnati doesn't see him as a 3-down linebacker. I think he's going to go chase the money, go somewhere else where he gets more playing time. Next year, though, they need to nail the draft. They're signing Burrow to a huge contract in this offseason, and that's going to change everything with the Bengals.
It is.
Because now they can't rely on going out and buying your Trey Hendricksons and buying your DJ Readers. Now you got to develop those players, and you got to draft those players in order to have them.
Right.
And 3 years from now, in order to be still a good team.
But here's my question.
You look at Kansas City, they had 4 rookies that made major plays in that game.
As much as I don't hate him, and I like him, is Zach Taylor the coach to do that and develop these guys?
I don't mind Zach Taylor. I have no problem with Zach Taylor.
I think he has – the only thing I question with Zach Taylor sometimes are his personnel choices, personally.
I love Coach Lou.
Love Coach Lou, but he's going to be gone.
I don't think so.
You don't think he's going to take a head coaching job when it's offered to him?
I think he will if he gets offered. I don't think he's going to get one offered.
I think Arizona's going to offer it.
Really? See, they've interviewed like 10 people.
I know.
They interviewed our offensive coordinator too, which he doesn't even call the plays. I don't know why people are trying to get this guy so bad. I'm not sure what he does. But
well, I know Eric Bieniemy will look again. He'll be looking.
Eric Bieniemy, I have determined, has the worst interview ever. There's something wrong there, right?
He has to.
Or they just talk to him, and I don't know. I've never heard of it. Does he come off as dumb, where you just go, oh, wait a minute, Andy Reid's the reason why this offense is so good?
Well,
like, I don't know anything about the guy, so.
But, I mean, the reason that we hired Zach Taylor is because we said he played for, he coached under Sean McVay.
Well, no, I think Zach Taylor gives a great interview. I think Zach Taylor's a very inspiring guy when you talk to him. I think.
But his selling point, what got him the interview, is he studied under Sean McVay. That's what's
that helped. Yeah,
that's what's going to get it. So when you look
helped.
at Bieniemy, hey, coached under Andy Reid for all these years, he's got to be the guy.
But then he didn't get the interview with it, though. He
interviewed here.
No, I mean, he didn't do a good interview with
right?
it. Yeah. I think when you actually interview this guy, he must suck. There has to be a reason. The guy's been passed over so many times. You don't see that. That's weird. Remember, Byron Leftwich was a big pick for a lot of people after he won that Super Bowl with Tom Brady, and now 2 years later, no one gives a fuck about Byron Leftwich again.
And I think we've seen the last of Lovie Smith.
Yeah, I like Lovie Smith, but
I liked Lovie Smith, and people thought that he had a shit record in Chicago. He didn't.
No,
he had a winning record in Chicago.
Yeah.
And he went to a Super Bowl with Chicago.
No, he got hosed in Chicago.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And then looked at him as a losing coach. Man, Chicago hasn't had a real team since McMahon.
No, they've been looking for the next Ditka for 25 years, and
he's not there. And Lovie Smith was there 10 years or something like that, and then they just fucking gave him the shit.
I liked Lovie.
He had a winning record, but
I like new Lovie too with that gray beard.
Yeah, but he was dumb.
Tough.
Lovie was dumb going into a head coaching job. Now, granted, after what Chicago fucking did to him, he wasn't going to get a lot of offers.
Mm-hmm.
But he took arguably the worst team in the league. He accepted that job.
Yeah,
Lovey, you're
the
not,
Texans.
Unless you turn him around right now, you're getting
Ain't
fired.
gonna happen.
You're getting fired.
What, with David Mills as the quarterback?
Right.
Yeah, good luck, bud.
That's what I'm saying. I think Lovey's a decent coach. He had no chance in fucking Houston. Nobody could have won with that team.
No, I thought he had him playing okay in certain spots.
Yeah, they won. They fucking first game of the year. What, they tied the Colts, and that's when everyone thought the Colts were going to go to the fucking Super Bowl. So poor Lovey.
Brady officially retired. They're saying now Aaron Rodgers is the talk of the town. Which team's going to go out and get him? It sounds
Raiders.
Sounds like the Packers really don't want him that bad.
No.
Raiders make sense because of Devontae Adams. The Jets, they keep on throwing them out. The Jets are probably a quarterback away from being a pretty damn good team.
Yeah, but he wants to go where there's a possibility of a ring next year.
Yeah. San Fran is still a choice. He's also from North California. Indianapolis is a choice.
Last night they were talking about, is Tom Brady going to say, no, never mind again, I'm going to go to San Fran? No. I think this time he's really, truly done. I think the talks with San Fran, they said, well, when San Fran comes knocking with that money, they've already come knocking
I think
with
Brady's
that money.
done.
Yeah.
I do think Brady's done.
Yeah.
Rodgers, I'm not sure about. Rodgers could be done. They're saying his ego is so big, though, that he won't retire now this year because he doesn't want to be the Hall of Fame backup, basically, because this will be the Brady class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know there's a couple other. I think J.J. Watt's going to be in it. There's going to be some big names. I think he goes to the Raiders. But, if Aaron Rodgers plays one more year, it'll be his own class.
Yeah. I think he goes to the Raiders. That's my guess. I don't think anyone in the Raiders is at all looking anymore and saying, yeah, Carr's our guy.
It's a big ask, though, man. I don't know if the Raiders can afford him. You got to wonder that. He's on the books for like $60 million next year.
I know.
I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of money.
And he's worth every penny.
You gotta get a trade from the Packers, so they're not just going to trade him. That's probably why he's not going to San Fran. They're not going to give them the fucking Super Bowl.
Right.
You put Rodgers on that team, that's a Super Bowl. I mean, that's guaranteed almost at that point. That team's ridiculous. So if you put Brady, at least, if he went there, you're like, well, he is old as shit. But Rodgers is still good.
Right.
So.
Hey, we've talked about sports a lot. Let's get off of it.
Get the fuck out of sports.
I don't have my glasses, but I don't have a sex advice, but I do have a does that make me gay?
You do have it.
I got one.
That's good.
All right, does that make me gay? I saw this on a porn movie this week. I'm just surfing through the fucking internet. I'm alone. It's time to do what needs to be done. Okay, and I'm watching this cuck couple in action.
Oh, so that's what you jerk off to now?
No, I was just watching it because it said, amateur cuck couple, blah, blah, blah. I look at it sometimes to see if it's anything like mine.
Because I'll never watch that. If I see cuck in the thing,
Well, no, because I want to see, do any of them do it like me where they sit in the corner and don't say a fucking word? It turns out, no, they don't. All right, so anyway.
Well, not in the videos.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because no one's going to watch those. All right, so does this make me gay? Realize a little disclaimer at the beginning. I didn't do this. I don't plan on doing it. This is purely a what-if hypothetical situation, okay? You got a cuck that loves watching his wife get banged, okay? And they're 69ing, and you're coming up behind this girl from behind, nailing her, while his face is right underneath, because that's a pretty big cuck thing from what I've heard and what I've seen. And all of a sudden, you're banging her, and you're like, ha, 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 this guy's under there watching me bang his wife. Then all of a sudden, you feel a tongue on your shaft. Okay? She doesn't have a tongue down there. You feel a tongue on your shaft, caressing your nuts, and you don't stop.
Gay!
Does that make me gay?
Yeah, you're gay, Wad.
See, because I agree with you on that.
You're a big gay.
Normally say, no, you're just fucking weird. But if I'm banging a girl, and all of a sudden I feel a hand on my balls or a tongue on my nuts, on my dick, and I don't stop immediately and say, fuck this, I'm out, I think that makes you gay.
I think I go instantly wet noodle. I think you don't got a choice there. I don't think my body reacts any other way. It might crawl back up in me. I'm going to have an innie. And I'm not the guy. I'm not swinging or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I'm angry.
Yeah.
I'm yelling obscenities. I'm putting them in their place.
See, me too. I'm immediately pulling my pants up and saying, fuck you guys. Yeah. I'm out of here.
I'm definitely out of there.
Yeah.
And I might take the money on I might do something else, but
Hey, I like this lamp. Carry the lamp out on your way.
Something. Like, I'm getting something out of this.
Because, you know,
I just participated in a gay act unwillingly.
Yeah.
All right? I'm getting something out of this.
I can't overlook this. That's the way I'm looking at it. I can't pretend this didn't happen. Yeah. Because, like I said, my cuck rules are very clear. And I've made them very clear. No pants off, no words, nothing. Sit there and don't say a fucking word. And I'm good with that. Because I've always told you that if I, all of a sudden feel a hand on my ass or on my nuts, I'm going to freak the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
I think this guy basically was banging this girl, tongue on his dick. He goes, hey, none of that. I'm not into that. But he kept going. I said, you're still gay.
Yeah.
You can't say none of that and keep going because he kept his boner.
Hey, on this porn, that's what was going on.
There was an amateur couple, and all of a sudden the guy underneath, the husband, started fucking playing with his nuts and licking his dick as it was going in and out. And this guy goes, hey, that's not me, man. I'm not into this, whatever. Stop.
Knock it off, buddy.
Yeah, but he kept fucking. And I said, I think you're gay. Because I stop instantly there. And I pull my clothes on, and I get the fuck out of there, and I don't ever come back. You can't apologize for that. You can't do a fucking do-over. I'm out. Just because it's not my thing. You know what I mean? This guy said, hey, stop that. And just kept going.
He's at least bisexual.
I agree.
I just don't. Yeah.
Maybe we should change this to does that make me bi? Because I think it does. Because like you said, if a male touches my penis, it's going down.
It's going down.
At record pace.
Yes.
It's dropping.
Yeah, my heart rate goes up.
This guy stayed rock hard and just kept going.
Not into that, man. That's rape. I will not fucking stand for being raped. So,
hey, you want to watch her get banged? I'm good. Watch from a distance. If you need a binoculars or something to get a better view, go right ahead.
Binoculars.
I don't want you near my penis.
I don't know.
And if that's your thing, hey, more power to you. But I'm saying, in my opinion, and Jason's, that makes you at least bisexual.
Well, let's go back to the binoculars, dude. If you're cucking and you look over and a guy is looking at you with binoculars, that's not. Well, what's happening?
Well, no, what they want, what most of these swingers want, is to watch their wife get banged.
I know, but what's happening? I mean, I'm not saying I get mad even, but I die laughing. There's no way I wouldn't die laughing. Yeah. Could you imagine? You're like taking her from behind, and you just happen to look back, and he's like this on your asshole.
See, I think the creepiest thing was like if I happen, because I never make eye contact with this guy.
How could you?
I see him out of the corner of my eye.
How could you?
And I know he's there, but most of the time I just kind of forget he's there. But I keep having this thought coming in my head that one day I'm going to turn around and look at him, and he's going to look at me and go. And that's going to kill my boner too.
Yeah, I wish he high-fived you after every one of them.
Oh, God.
Like when you're walking to go to the bathroom to clean you.
Good fuck.
He smacked you on the ass. Good game, man. Good game.
Now, see, I wouldn't look at that as gay if he just cracked me in the ass.
See you in the second quarter.
But yeah, so that does make us gay.
Yeah, that's a bad one. We're not down with that.
Not down at all.
That's not,
like I said, I'm all for letting you watch.
That party favor ain't working out.
My dick goes instantly limp, like yours. Oh my God, that's a man. Get off there.
I would think. I mean, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I find out I'm gay. I don't know. But
this guy just kind of went, hey, we'll have none of that.
If it doesn't, then maybe I question my own thing. Like maybe I'm bi. Maybe I like a guy touching my dick. I don't know.
But the funny thing was this guy, hey, we'll have none of that. Stop that.
Knock it off, sir.
And all of a sudden you hear
petting my
from
pecker.
Underneath you hear, oh, okay.
Did you? Sorry about that, bro.
My bad, or something like that.
Sorry about that, bro.
That was the funniest part of it. It's just,
So you weren't jerking off to this video?
No,
right?
No, it didn't do it for me.
You're just watching.
I'm saying, hey, do other cucks do it like me?
Okay,
it turns out most of them don't.
This was literally research.
Well, yeah, because some of them do it kind of like me, except they'll sit on the couch right next door. Mm-hmm. I mean, they won't touch themselves or anything. They just want to look at their wife's eyes while they're getting banged. That kind of thing.
Okay. I understand.
And I get
moving
that.
Around.
But
I don't get it. But I mean, I know it happens.
See, for the most part,
I don't get any of it.
For the most part, when you look at a cuck video, the cuck generally joins in. To me, that's not cuck. Cuck, know your role.
Yeah, know your role and shut your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So cuck's to be seen, not heard.
I agree. My problem with cuck videos, well, I'm just not into that. But also, majority of cuck videos, the cucks are black, and you know how I feel about black dicks.
The bulls are black.
Well, that's when you look at the cuck videos. A lot of times, that's what they are. I mean, yeah. The bulls are black.
Yeah.
And that's not my style of porn. If we touch,
you don't like black dick.
I can't relate. I don't have dark dick. I can't put it there. There's looks different, man. I ain't saying it's worse, it's better. I'm just saying that it's different.
Maybe Tony's right.
Maybe.
I
don't know. I think she's down with the white, I think.
You think?
I think she's willing. She's willing to give it a swirl.
All right, so we're back in the same situation. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to ask people to write in and give us questions.
What? People?
Yeah.
Not writing us?
Yeah.
It's weird.
We do this every week.
Hey,
and
shut up
it's
Cincinnati at gmail.com.
Did we ever find out who that death pool came from, Brandon, that we don't know?
They never reached out.
Well, that's cool.
Hey, good luck, Brandon.
And we didn't get a visit from El Guerrero Gordo.
You know what we will do real quick, though? And we got to mention this death pool. If you guys didn't watch it or listen, last week's episode was our celebrity death pool. Please listen, please watch, please do all that stuff. We did have a couple corrections and an addition that we need to make to this death pool. One correction, you go ahead and take that while I find this.
Well, my correction was when I submitted my death pool. Now, a lot of times what we do when we do the show, we just have things we want to talk about, but Jason and I rarely discuss them beforehand because the reaction is better when you're doing it live. So I'm just like you. I submit my death pool to him, and he does all the computer shit. I had made a change to mine. I had Fonzie as number 10 in my death pool, and I took him off. As soon as I submitted it, I sent Jason a request that said, I don't want Fonzie. I want Artie Lang. So please take Fonzie off my death pool, and Artie Lang is my number 10 guy now.
Yeah. So that's what's going on there. All right, and another one who I didn't get their email because this dumb fuck can't send me a regular email. He has to make up weird email addresses and send me things, and they end up in my spam folder. Now, this one, I don't really know why it would go into the spam folder, seeing that it's Hotmail. Hotmail's still a thing, I think. Get Pussy 69, that's the man. Hey, you could have sent it to me from your regular fucking email, dude. I wouldn't have said your name or the email because it wasn't a joke. But either way, this is his death pool. We do have to go over it because he was an entrant. It's postmarked before the 20th, like I said. He went with Rosalind Carter.
Oh, Rosalind Carter.
Rosalind, as I said.
Jimmy Carter's ex-wife.
Yeah.
Before he died. No, I mean, it was his wife, but he died, so.
Jimmy Carter died?
Jimmy Carter's dead.
I don't think Jimmy Carter's dead.
You don't think?
No, I think Jimmy Carter's still out there.
If he is, he's 100.
He's out there building houses and shit.
Oh, you're right, he is. He builds houses.
I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
A much better human being as an ex-president that he was.
I was not alive when he was president, so everything I can go on is by people that were alive, and a lot of them I don't trust.
When I was alive, he was pretty much known as the
I know he was known as shitty.
doing president. That it wasn't that he was shitty, he just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, he's alive. He's 98 years old.
Well, his wife's probably pretty old, too. I don't know.
Rosalind Carter is...
old as shit. His next one is Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas been sick for a while. Didn't he get like...
She's 95.
Was Michael Douglas the dude that got cancer from
eating
pussy? He had
cancer. Yeah, he got cancer from something.
He claimed that he got it from eating pussy.
That's what he said.
Like, yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones pussy.
Yeah, I've always respected that. You know? The next one is...
No one believed it.
The next one is Val Kilmer.
Kilmer.
I know. But I'm going Kilmer the rest of my life.
You know what? I'm actually a little bit surprised that more people didn't have Val Kilmer. He's in bad shape.
But he's been in bad shape for like 10 years.
Yeah, but he
doesn't have a neck.
No.
Yeah, the guy's fucked. His next was Cher. Cher's on 3 people's list.
Yeah.
Cher, I don't think has been on the list in the past. So it's
no.
Maybe they know something
She
else.
must have some health issues.
Then we got Anthony Hopkins.
No, he's not. Hannibal Lecter will never die.
Yeah, like Hannibal Lecter. I'm hoping he stays around forever. Next is Wayne Newton. I don't know much about Wayne Newton outside.
That was my dad's best buddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
I swear.
Like for real?
My father ran the showroom at the Sands Hotel, and Wayne Newton was the headliner. They worked together for 20 years.
Best friend, though?
He's been to my house 100 times. I was at his house every year.
So, he's basically Uncle Wayne to you.
Every year.
That's funny.
We went to his house. He had a barbecue every year, and he would show off his new millions of dollars worth of Arabian horses. And the thing I remember most about Wayne Newton, him and my dad were like this. They were pals.
That's cool.
Is he was a helicopter pilot.
Really?
So he would take all the kids up a couple at a time and fly over the ranch and let you see.
Flew helicopters with Wayne Newton?
Absolutely.
How the fuck did I not know this?
I thought I had told you that.
I don't think so.
I've got pictures of him with my mom and me and everybody else.
That's hilarious. You know, my dad, growing up, we had an IGA up the street. And all the women that worked there would always hit on my dad. I don't know what it was. But they all thought he looked like Wayne Newton. They would call him Wayne Newton because he had the slick back black hair and shit like that.
Yeah, they were truly, they were like almost like best buds, really.
They were called him Wayne Newton or Sweet Buns.
Well, yeah, like I said, my dad and him worked together for 20 years. together, and he's been at my house a million times, and that's God's honest truth.
Next up, Clint Eastwood.
He's old. What is he, 90?
Dude was
4?
He looked like he was about to die 12 years ago, and he was talking to that chair at the Republican National Committee. He could go anytime. Next up,
but he still makes great movies, man. How does a fucking guy losing his mind make great movies?
What was his most recent great movie?
The one I remember was Mule.
I didn't think Mule was that great. Mule was all right, but it wasn't like I have like a lot of his movies.
Oh fuck, he's made great movies. Gran Torino was awesome.
Yeah, that was good. And I like the $1
Million Baby.
Was real good.
Great movie.
Next up, William Shatner. He made
that's a
old as
coin
fuck.
toss.
Burt Bacharach. We've had him, and then Buzz Aldrin. Isn't Buzz Aldrin dead? He's not. He's still alive. He's still out there kicking.
I think he's still alive.
I thought Buzz died a couple years ago. I get all those astronaut fucks confused. Glenn Campbell, the guy from the Eagles?
No, the other astronaut.
know
John Glenn. John Glenn died recently.
Was Glenn Campbell in the Eagles, or am I making shit up?
You're making shit up.
I love it. All right, we got to get going. So let's get our
Buzz Aldrin. Hold on a second. No, he's still alive. He just got married. Last week, he got married at 93 years old to his fourth wife.
Wow, just got married.
And she is, how old is Buzz Aldrin's wife? She's in her 60s, I believe.
Oh, look at him out there still getting
He's
that
93.
young. Out there getting that young puss for 93.
He marries long-time love.
30 years. I mean, that's like you marrying a 25-year-old right now. You know, it's a big difference.
Oh, my God. Look at the picture. This is fucking embarrassing. It looks like his daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I mean, good for you, and shame on you.
Is there much difference between a 90-year-old and a 60-year-old? Outside
I guess you're right. I guess you're right there.
Right,
oh, she's 63.
I like how we're acting like this 60-year-old, some young puss. Like, oh, gross. He wants so much out of it. Fucking, yeah, gross, but the other way gross.
But, I mean, he's got the old balls. He's got, like, the old saggy balls.
You're not fucking. You're not 90 years old and fucking.
I bet you they do. I bet you some people... fucking Charlie Chaplin had a kid in his late 60s.
Yeah, but really?
Yeah.
Just out there slinging it. Charlie Chaplin? Did he even have mime sex? Did he talk?
No, he didn't talk. He made silent movies.
You think that's how he fucked, too?
Did the little penguin walk? And then a sign came up. Ooh, this feels good. Ooh, deeper.
All right, name your price.
All right, I've got to name your price. This one's not gross. I wanted a gross one this week. I wanted a really, really raunchy sexual one. But I've got a better one. It's really fucked up. I'm going to premise it by saying you are not going to get caught. You are not going to get caught, and nobody on the planet besides you is going to know you did it.
All right.
Okay? A guy comes to you. He's a millionaire. He said, look, my business just took a shit. Just took a crap. I'm losing everything I got. I got a $100 million life insurance policy on my teenage son. Whack him for me.
Oh, $100 million, you said?
He's got a $100 million policy. His business is in bankruptcy. He's worth billions. Him and his son never got along. Mm-hmm. Son fucking moved in with his ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. Whack him. No one finds out ever. You're never connected to it. Your wife doesn't know you did it. Just you. Name your price.
Good kid?
Normal kid?
Normal, but I mean, good
Dad's
kid.
an asshole. One of those things. Hey, my dad's a power-hungry asshole.
Okay, and he's probably...
I just don't want to live with him. He's a piece of shit. I never see him. He was never there growing up, that kind of thing.
So I got to kill an innocent child.
But no, we'll call him 16.
That's a child. Fuck. That's a tough one, dude.
It's a tough one.
$100 million.
Nobody knows you did it, and you never get caught.
Is this guy rich already? Before the $100 million?
He was, but now, no, he's losing everything. That's why he needs this money to get his business back on track.
Oh. So he's probably not going to go that high anyways. That I need so much goddamn money to kill an innocent kid. I don't know if he's willing to give up most of his $100 million. So now I feel like I'm negotiating. I know he's not going to give me over 50 of it. Why would you give up half?
Yeah.
Shit. $35 million, and that kid's brake lines are having issues.
$35 million.
$35 million.
Imagine how hard it'd be to live with that, dude.
I'd wipe my tears away with $100 bills. All right, I'd be fine.
So 35 million.
I don't know the kid. This is someone I don't know. I can justify a lot of fucked up shit in my life.
Killing somebody that doesn't deserve to die.
Generational wealth. I mean, generational wealth.
You're a bad person.
The Bauman family has never lived better. All right? We're living it up. This kid, you know, he was probably just going to be a janitor. We could go with one less janitor.
Janitors don't deserve to live?
Nah, not over 35 million. I mean,
you're a bad person.
I'm not a bad person.
You're going to kill an innocent child.
I didn't have a choice. I had to answer the question.
See, it's funny that you mentioned that because my number is, well, give me half of that.
Okay. I understand that.
I want 50 million.
I'm really negotiating against this person that doesn't exist, too. And I'm just sitting there thinking he's not going to give me half. Why would you do that?
Give me half.
So I figured I need at least a giant chunk.
Yeah.
35 million is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Dude, you were saving Hitler for 10 million.
Was I?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think I could have turned him around.
Yeah. All Hitler needed was a good friend.
You know what? He just needed somebody to listen and be there.
Yeah.
You know, bring out the little Adolf in him that he missed out on as a kid.
Yeah, the Jews. I know they're an issue, but let's just, maybe let's just focus on your own life.
My son hates Hitler.
Well, yeah.
Number one enemy. But what I'm saying is my kid gets locked in on these things like fucking slavery. Hitler. Was Hitler the worst person ever? Yeah, he was. Is there anybody else? No. I hate Hitler. Good.
I don't know. There might be worse people. I remember people going over the numbers. Hitler wasn't in the lead. That's
6 to 9 million? He wasn't in the lead?
No. I think that I forget who. There's I think Stalin is bigger than him as far as just numbers are concerned. Who killed more than Hitler?
Now they say that, like I said, the numbers always have been 6 to 9 million.
Yeah.
For Hitler.
Who's responsible for the most deaths? Oh, yeah, that's who it was. It was the Mayo, the Chinese fella.
Oh, Mao Zedong?
Yeah, 45 million. He killed 45 million.
Of his own fucking people, right?
Yeah. So he's the winner. He's the biggest dick. He's close, though.
What were the years on that?
1958 to 1962.
Shit.
In 4 years,
he killed 10 million people a year.
Yeah. That's insane. And it's Great Leap Forward policy. Great Leap Forward. We'll just get rid of fucking 45 million people. Oh, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I mean, when I was a kid, that was real shit.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid in China, if your first child was a girl, they really killed it.
Yeah, I know that.
I was like, oh my God, why would any woman in China want to get pregnant?
How's there so many people in China still?
Well, there's less than there was. There's still 1 billion, I think.
Yeah, there's obviously 45 million less, but there's still a ridiculous amount.
Is there still 1 billion?
I don't know, fucking know.
You know what's funny is China will be surpassed in our lifetime.
By India?
Fuck yes.
Oh, yeah, Indians love fucking.
Yeah, they love fucking.
Yeah, they don't care.
And like I say, if you're in China, back when I was a kid, they said, well, if it's a girl, she's dead. I'm not getting pregnant. I'm using a rubber.
Yeah, do they sell rubbers in China?
I'd order them online.
I don't think they get the same internet access as us.
They sell rubbers in China, of course.
I'm sure they do. I'm just making shit up because I can't find a song, you know.
Yep.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you! Fuck you, Speedway on North
Speedway.
Bend Road. Let me tell you something.
There ain't nothing good on the west side.
For the last month, I've been very diligent about my keto because I really want to get down a lot of weight. And I'm losing a bunch of weight. And I'm feeling good about it.
All right.
I eat a lot of fucking burgers with no bun, that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So I go into Speedway the other day. I'm fucking starving.
Dude, you're going to get a Speedway burger?
Well, it's just a fucking beef patty with a piece of cheese on it.
Oh, that's what you want to call it?
It's easy. Well, yeah, but the whole point is I went in to get some because I didn't have anything at home and I was running late for work. So I went in, grabbed a couple burgers out of their little oven thing. Get in the car, I'm driving, I'm taking the buns off. They're frozen. They're not cold. They are frozen. Fucking frozen. I'm on I-74. I can't go back bitching. It's in the little hot box. This thing
They
is
obviously just
frozen.
put them in or it's broken.
They cook them before you put them in.
They don't. Obviously.
They don't, obviously. So I literally paid like $5 for 2 frozen fucking burgers. Out the window they went.
You didn't eat them?
Fuck you. It was frozen.
Yeah, you can still eat them.
That kind of frozen. Not like bendy frozen.
You want a meat popsicle?
They were ice cube frozen.
Should have just sucked on them.
And I was like, first thing I said is, fuck you. And then, wishful thinking, cracked open the second one. Well, maybe they just threw one in by mistake. Yeah. Fucking frozen. You're not helping my fucking keto cause, motherfuckers. And it was in the little oven thing. They must have just literally taken them out of the freezer and popped them in there. And then here comes dumbass me and reaches in there and grabs them. Because the wrapper was hard or hot.
I don't think Speedway gets the best of employees. I don't think they're,
right out of the freezer, dude.
I don't think they're hiring in at $60,000 with benefits or anything. So
I would have been fucking less fuck you-ish if the guy would have said, "Well, I left him sitting on the counter all day. They should be thawed out by now."
Yeah. At least they would have been thawed.
Frozen. I had nothing.
Yeah, but you go to work early. You could have kept them, went to work and microwaved them real quick.
I had already thrown the buns out the window.
Well, you shouldn't have done that, though. Wait a minute. It doesn't matter if the buns are out the window. You can still wrap them up.
The wrappers, everything gone. I had nothing.
You threw the wrapper out the window, you dirty litterer?
No, I meant
yeah, you just said that.
No, I meant I threw them somewhere else.
Criminal.
I'm not normally a litterer, but...
My fuck you goes out to Chris T's for destroying the environment. Some fucking bird choked on that.
Yeah, well, that's why I threw the buns out there.
But they got to eat the bun before they died on the wrapper.
If they could figure out how to open the wrapper.
They're smart. They say those crows can remember people.
Raccoons can. I think a raccoon could cook.
I feel like
they're smart.
If raccoons could cook, they'd cook meth. They look like meth heads. They're all...
All right, give me a fuck you.
My fuck you goes out to 6960 Moorfield Lane. All right, I dropped off a delivery to them the other day. It was a little wet outside. I'm walking on their porch on the way out. It creaks a little bit. And I even remember making a mental note like, ooh, this is a shitty porch. But I didn't think about the steps. I noticed it was a wood porch because it was doing that. I take my first step down. It's a little wet outside. It's a little cold. It may have been icy. I'm not sure, but either way, my feet fly up. I plant with my left hand and just fucking fall down 4 steps all the way down. My body's killing me. I'm still in pain right now. I still can't sleep in the left side of my body without pain.
And you know what the funniest thing is to me?
Yeah.
The thought of those two on their phone on their fucking doorbell cam laughing their fucking balls
off.
I
so want that video. I stood up, though, just because I looked for the camera.
Hey, honey, in fact, I fell down the stairs.
Yeah, of course. I immediately looked up and seen the doorbell cam, so I knew that was there, the ring, and I made this big smile. And I purposely did it because I knew they were going to see the video.
You flipped them off.
Oh, yeah, I flipped them off with a big smile.
That will not help your tip.
The tips are made. It's DoorDash. They're already pre-delivered. They're lucky. I mean, technically, I could sue them. I could have went to the hospital and sued them for triple whatever the hospital charged.
You could have.
And not had a problem with it.
You could have called 444-4444.
Yeah, Blake Maislin would have took care of me, dude. He would have came out there with those fucking Bengals boxing gloves on and just clocked those fuckers in the face and took their money.
They did order food.
Yeah, that was on them. So I could have been a dick. I'm not. Yeah, I
still can be.
I just walk like a...
If it still hurts.
It does still hurt.
Oh. 444. 444.
I can't press on my hip. And it's still warm to the touch. I don't know what that means, but it don't seem healthy.
That would have been... That video could go viral.
I would have loved it. I mean, want the video. I'd post it myself.
You see you pulling up, guy walking up, dropping the food off. Whoop! That'd be the kind that I'd share.
I slid down.
Hey, everybody, look at this guy at the fucking stairs.
But like a true fatty, you know what I did? I got in the car and go, man, I deserve a milkshake after that. And I went and got myself a Sonic milkshake. And went home and passed out. Slept for fucking 13 hours.
Honestly, that's exactly the kind of fucking video I'd share all over the place.
Of course. I was, and you know, what's sad about it? I even thought about sending them a message, watch your doorbell video. Because they're probably not going to, right? Typically, you're not going to watch the video unless something happens.
I mean, maybe, did they hear a crash or something?
No one came. I mean, definitely no one came looking. That's part of my fuck you. I'm out there going, oh, I'm sure I made a noise or two. It was painful, dude. It's still painful. Yesterday on a craps table, every time I had to lean in to put money on the 12, my fat body hits that monitor, and every time I'm like, ooh, it hurt.
I would pay money to see that video.
I'd pay money to see that. I'd love it. I'd put it right on my profile.
I'd really give like a 20.
Yeah, it's a sad. Maybe I should walk up to their door and just knock and say, "Hey, man, how long's your Ring video last? Did you pay the subscription?"
This just happened a day or two ago?
No, it happened Monday.
That's plenty of time. It stays 4 days, I'm sure.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, they probably still have the video. Like I said, I wanted to message them on the DoorDash app and say, "Hey, man, check your Ring video," so they can enjoy it. Someone has to enjoy that because I sure in the fuck didn't.
All right, so what happens if you're out there door dashing tomorrow and you get a call for that same? Are you fucking with their food?
No.
Putting your dick in it or
no,
anything?
it's not their fault. I mean, I should have been more careful walking down the stairs.
I'd have pissed myself. But you turned to the camera and flipped it off?
With a smile on my face. It was a happy. I just went like this. Because I just figured this video is going to be funny. Let's not. I actually am thinking viral moment at that point.
Oh,
I'm thinking I fell down
viral.
on that. Like, why not make it funnier? Because I stood up. It probably looked like a dildo as I'm looking to see if I got a camera.
I'd watch it over and over.
Fuck yeah, dude.
One of those fucking videos you see all the time. What's just happened to this guy? I watch it. I fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Especially seeing you drop the Chick-fil-A off and then fucking straight down the fucking stairs. What was their order? Where'd they order from?
That's what I was trying to remember what their order was. I think it was... what the fuck was it? What the fuck was it?
God, dude,
No one gives a shit. All right, see you guys.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.